Hello everyone, this is General Haggerty. Welcome to my war room in Prince George, British Columbia. We are in the summer of 1916 now. We're at the beginning of the turn. And as with everything else, we start off with the random events. So let's go summer of 1916 west. 4. See what that is? 4. Tensions rise. Adds one infantry to each neutral nation in Europe. Only add units in its capital if it has multiple territories. Okay. So, let's go around and do that. I'm going to have to make a change because the next thing that we had to do was align nations, and you do that afterwards. So I'll have to add one more infantry. Anyway, so you only add, Norway here has 3 territories, and we're only going to add 1, right? So I think southern Norway is probably their capital. Doesn't really say, but and then here, this would probably be their capital because they've got infantry here already and a factory. So Denmark, and let's see, Belgium. Oops. There we go. And Netherlands. So one of the things that I did was here, I switched this over to France, but technically it doesn't switch yet. So it is still a neutral, which means they get another neutral infantry there. Lucky for France. There's one in Albania. And I guess it's Spain as well, right? Yeah. So one in Madrid. Just looking around, see if there's any more. There's Switzerland, but I'm going to have to go grab one from the box there because right now it's a mountain infantry. Yeah, that looks like it. Anyway, let's head back here. Let me grab another infantry. There we go. Okay. Now, summer 1916 east. Let's move it up here. Okay, here we go. 2. See what we get. Indian revolts. German player chooses one of the following. Place one of free attacking German infantry in Bengal. Or place one free attacking neutral infantry in Maharashtra. Okay. So, oh, look at that, Bengal. See, it's one German infantry in Bengal here, and that place is empty. Or, right here, you can place a neutral infantry. And, of course, he's going to have to attack that guy. I think we place the German infantry, don't we? In Bengal. Plus, that's going to give Germany, they've conquered a territory this turn. Look at that, they weren't even trying. It's not worth anything though, but that's okay. Okay, so that's it. So then the next thing we do is we align Romania, and there it is there. I've aligned it and I've adjusted the French income. They are now at 22 IPP. Okay, we're on to the German turn. Okay, here we go with Germany. We've got 3 major factories, which means we have 3 shots at technology. We're gonna go with hurricane bombardment first. That's a 7 or more. Got it. Okay. So that goes to stage 2. Now this one we've been trying for a while. This is defense in depth. What is that? Oh, we finally got it. That's a 9. All right. So that goes all the way to stage 4. And then the last thing we're going to go for is poison gas. And here we go. 11. We got it. So that means we get chlorine gas. That's good. That's going to help us out. Okay. Let's sit down and take a look at what we got here. Okay, Germany. Let's get in nice and close here. Get right up there. Okay. But the only thing you can't see is there's a guy in Galatia over here, just 1 infantry unit. Oh, there we go. Move it down and you can see the guys down here. Okay, got it. Okay, Eastern Front, or Western Front. We've got 10 infantry there, 3 artillery, 1 heavy artillery. Somebody was, we were having a minor discussion there on the last video about mandatory offensives. Now, Germany has not got their mandatory offensive in yet this year. They've still got this turn and next turn to do it. And I want to show you something that you can do, or that any of them can do, like France, Britain, and Germany has to do a mandatory offensive every year. France is the only one that's got theirs in this year. So they're doing good, but the other 2 need to get theirs in. If you want to know what's over on the other side where that 6 is there, this is it here. There's quite a bit here. A lot more than what Germany has. Both of them have trench lines, so those are not looking good for the Germans. But again, the defense is better than the offense in this game, so they don't need as much. Now, what we need to do is think about whether or not we'd be better off getting our mandatory offense in this turn or next turn, because the penalty is too high for not doing it. Now, I wish we could wait another turn and do it on the winter turn, because we know we're not going to break through the trench line anyway. Now, you don't have to take everything you have against it. What you have to do is take at least 6 infantry, regular infantry, and attack a territory in France or Germany or Belgium, right? So one option is we could just go and attack Belgium, although we're not set up for it this time because all we've got are these guys that can hit them. And the other thing is we can just take 6 infantry and attack Lorraine, like basically spend them, you know what I mean? Hopefully get a hit in. Like, don't take the artillery so you don't lose the artillery and you don't lose all the infantry. The question is, what are you going to have left? So we're going to have 4. It's a good thing we got defense in depth now, because it only takes us 4 to get a trench line, right? So if that would leave us 4, plus we can put 3 more on, that's 7. Plus we got 3 over here, that's 8, 9, 10. So we could have 10 infantry here and 4 artillery, 2 heavy artillery. We can move one of these guys over there. You know, like, that would probably be enough defense. We'll see. I mean, it might not be enough because they've got so much. But if we don't do that, if we don't go this turn, then we're going to have to do that next turn. Then they've got even more there. Although, I'm just looking. You know what? It might be better for Germany to wait till next turn when they don't when they're able to have more back there. Like I think that Britain would be better off going this turn because they've got more coming in there than the Germans do. But the Germans need all the defense they can get because France and Britain get to go basically back to back. I mean, Austrians go in the middle there, but that doesn't matter, right? Britain goes, then Austria, then France goes. So once Germany sets up, then the other two get to take a shot at them. Luckily, not at the same time. Anyway, that's the Western Front. So let's look at the Eastern Front. Now, one thing that's changed over here is Romania has gone to the French, right? Now, I had thought about attacking them earlier, like doing a preemptive strike on them last turn, knowing that they were going to become French. But Austria goes before France, so what I did instead was I set up next to them. So what you're looking at here, I've got 2, 3, and what's this, 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 11 infantry on the border here, plus 2, 3 artillery there, right? So they can go in there now and take them, and that they might even be able to steal those ships off them, right? Because if you take them out, then they have to roll for their ships that are in port. They'd be better off not having their ships in port right now, but they took over, their ships were already in port. It's not their turn, so they can't take them out, right? But anyway, I waited till now on purpose because if the Central Powers would have attacked Romania instead of attacking France in Romania, then that would have given the Americans a boost to their income. And as it stands now, America is, what are they at? 31? No, 32, I think. So they're still 5 away. Like that's still a big roll away. And the odds are that they're not going to get it this turn. But if we had taken Romania, then they've got a much better chance of getting their wartime income this turn. And so I thought, you know what? I might as well wait until France takes over and then take them out, because then they don't pay that penalty. So what happens if these guys take these guys out? Well, now whatever's left there is going to be bordering on Russia, and all they've got there is one guy. That's going to draw these guys over, right? They're going to have to, their border is going to go from here to here and here, as far as defending against the Austrians. Now, Germany, if like they would rather not do anything this turn, but if they go from here to here and take this guy out, like these guys, all they can do is either attack here or here, right? That city is surrounded by territory, so they can't attack Austria. They can't attack into Germany. They can't even come over here. Now, Germany, unfortunately, doesn't have enough to take this and this. They have enough to take one or the other, hopefully. Like, they're not even overwhelming odds, right? It's just that if they were able to take out these guys, then if Austria takes out these guys, then that's going to spread these guys out. If they don't take out these guys, then these, Austria is going to leave themselves open here, right? There's going to be too many Russians on the border. So that's why I'm thinking that Germany might want to go for this territory here. Anyway, that's what we're going to do. And we purchased 12 infantry, 2 artillery, and an armored car. Now, the reason we were able to purchase armored cars is because we have armored vehicle technology. And when you get to stage 3 of armored vehicle technology, what we used to call tank technology, then you can buy armored cars. And armored cars are good in Europe here because they are attack at 3, defend at 3, which is better than a cavalry or a camel. That's 3 and 2, right? They cost the same at 4, but they also have target selection of 1. And that's a pretty big deal when you're getting a hit at 1 and you're attacking a trench line. Like you can choose, okay, if you only need to take one out to break a trench line, you can take an infantry off. Or, like you can go for the heavy artillery, right? The piece that it costs a lot more. So it gives you some good choices there. There's a lot of depth to the game. It's not just a matter of infantry and artillery smashing into each other. When you first start playing, it kind of is, right? Until you learn the nuances of it. And I've gotten to the point where I'm starting to get into playing the game a lot more nuanced. Anyway, so the other thing is Germany, they have one free diplomatic role, and they're going to go for Mexico. So here we go. 8. Okay, so they missed that one. So that was their freebie. And now, combat moves. Okay, so we're going to do the convoy raiding with the sub down there off of Gibraltar. And you know what? I was thinking we could break up this cruiser raider. Since we lost our cruiser raider last turn, I wasn't going to. I was just going to go wreak some havoc against the Japanese with that cruiser, but we kind of need some convoying going on too, right? So let's break this guy up. Got to come down here. Let me see. 1, 2, 3 over there. And I think that's it. Let's just send one cruiser in there to begin with. Okay. So we're not going to go on the Western Front. We're going to wait till winter. And these guys are going to come in here. And the 3 artillery. And unfortunately, that's all we have. I was just thinking about this sub down here. You see him down here? Now, the one place I can put him is right where that 6 is there, where all these guys are. And I was thinking, well, he could just come out with a seaplane and hit him. But you know what? He could do that anyway, no matter where I go, right? Like this is where they killed the last sub, was over here. So I might as well do that, right? Let's go down there and convoy. Why not? If he's going to die, might as well die. There we go. And I believe that, you know what? Let's take this in there too, since we don't have much. Let's take that in there. There we go. Okay. Let's move around here. Get some dice out. Okay, let's go for the convoy first. We'll do the one that I just moved now. So he is +2. And that's even, so nothing. Okay, the other one down by Gibraltar, +2. Okay, they took off 2 IPP there. And then we've got the cruiser raider down by Australia. He's +1. That's mostly a 6 there. So that's 2, okay. I'll just go mark those off so I don't forget. Okay, I've marked those off and I've taken the 4 IPP off the British. So we have, just looking here, okay, so 3 artillery. 2 of them, or 1 of them is observed. So the black one is observed and the other one is not. Just checking for rivers or anything. Nope. We're good to go. So 2 at 4, 1 at 5. Nothing. Wow. Okay. And then 7 infantry, 3 of them supported by artillery. Okay. So 4, 5, 6, 7. So the 4 red ones are at 2, and the 3 black ones are at 3. What did I say? These are at 2, right? Okay. Too bad it wasn't the other way around. So only 1 hit. That's pretty sad. Okay. And then The Russians are 2 militia and 5 infantry. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Wow. Okay, we're going to lose the Zeppelin and 2 infantry. And the Russians, of course, are going to lose 1 militia. Well, that wasn't very good. I think we're going to go again, against my better judgment. 5 infantry, 3 of them supported. Here we go. 3 of them supported by artillery. So 1, 2, 2 hits. And 3 artillery. 3, 4. Well, that's a better roll. And then these guys are 5 infantry and 1 militia. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So what we have left is 2 German infantry and 3 artillery versus 2 Russian infantry. If I was to stop the attack, then I could protect my artillery better, right? I'm gonna keep going. I know it's crazy, but so we're talking about 3 artillery and 2 infantry. So 3 at 4, 2 at 3. 1 hit, just 1 hit. And 2 Russians misses. Okay, so it was actually the right thing to do because I took off 1 more Russian and didn't lose anything. Okay, and then these guys go back here. So, you know, it would have been nice to save more Germans, but really, I mean, that was a good result for them. Going and taking the Russians down to 1 and being able to move out of there, because I thought I was going to expend my artillery. One of the reasons why I did this was because losing infantry instead of artillery was so that if the attack did have to stop, I could save them, right? So that's actually a pretty good result. Now, I might as well do an attrition attack with this artillery. So that's 3 at 1 and 1 at 2. And the other guys don't have counter battery fire. So 3 at 1, 1 at 2. I haven't hit an attrition shot yet. Yep, that's all I got. Okay, non-combat moves. Move. Should I move them both in there? What is it? 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Let's take these 2 off. Put 2 chips down. There we go. And then move this guy up. I think I'm going to move this one. I'll just move it up too. And this guy, we'll move him up. The Jaeger. And these 3 guys. We'll move 1 of them over here, 2 of them over here. There we go. That's my rail capacity of 3. We'll move this guy up from Berlin. These 2 guys. Let's get another 5. Let's head down to the bottom. So over here, we're going to move this guy up 2 and this guy up 2. And over here, let's move this guy up here. And place one of our 12 infantry right here in the city. So we've got 11 infantry left. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into Bavaria. Okay, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11. And then the armored car here in Bavaria. And we'll do 1 of the artillery. And the other artillery right here. And that looks like it. Okay. So, last thing left to do is wartime economy. Here we go. 8. That's not too bad. Germany is at 38 plus 8 is 46. Yeah, plus 3 is 49. Plus Mexico is 50. So, there we go. 50 IPP. Germany done. Okay, it's time for the British turn. It's actually a day later than the last time I worked on this video, but had my granddaughter Callie all weekend, so we've been busy. And that's why you've hardly seen any videos out of me this week. It is what it is. Anyway, British, they've got 2 major factories, so they're going to go for poison gas. 5, missed. That was a 6 or more. And then let's go defense in depth. 7 or more, missed. Okay. And then I've got a free diplomacy roll, plus I'm going to purchase one. So let's go for Belgium. No, this is not going so well. And let's go for Sweden. No. Well, the British turn is not starting off very well. Okay, we did a lot of purchasing. The convoy has gotten a lot less. They've only taken 4 off me this time. So, look at that pile of crap over there. They did a good roll last time too. Wartime economy roll. So they had 48 IPPs to spend. Anyway, attack moves. So, I said earlier yesterday, I think, that I would show you one way to get your attack out of the way. One of the rolls that happened yesterday for Germany was that they've got defense in depth. If they hadn't done that, this would change. Because, like, you count up the Germans here, they got, I don't know, 15, 16 infantry, right? And then a bunch of artillery. Now, you look over here. Here, let me just move this sucker over. Okay. This is what we're looking at down here. The French have a lot. They've got nearly 20 infantry. And they've got a Zouave, and they've got trench fighter, lots of artillery. And the British don't have nearly as much, right? They've only got 4 artillery, but they've got 13 infantry. So if they hadn't got defense in depth, Like the British go and then the French go, right? So what I was thinking, that I would go with the British, try to knock down as many as I could, and then France would go after them, because France only needs to get them, or before they only needed to get them to under 6 infantry. And if nothing else, you get them down close to that, and then they're losing artillery, and artillery is more expensive, right? But they're having to lose artillery, is what I'm saying. But I don't think that's going to be the case now, because defensive depth, I mean, they only need 4 infantry to form a trench line now, right? So what we're going to do then is we're going to attack with 6 infantry, and that's it. No other British are going to attack. They're okay. You guys go attack, and they're like, what? That hardly seems fair. Anyway, so these 6 guys are going to go into Bavaria, and they're not loving it. And then we've got a seaplane here. I think you can see that at the top of the screen. We're going to go out there, and we're going to bring this torpedo boat down as well. Let's see, where is he? Right there. Okay, I was in the wrong sea zone. There we go. So he's going to go after him. That's it over here. Let's go. It's time to go after the Ottomans. So one thing we're going to do, we're going to come down here. We've got this transport. We don't need all these guys down here anymore, because the Germans are hardly there anymore. And I'll talk about that later, why that is. But there's not many Germans there anymore, put it that way. So let's get rid of that chip and put one of these guys here. Okay. And let's take one of these chips off. Okay, we're going to take both of these guys up to here. And then on this other transport, we're going to bring this guy over. No, I can't do that either. Well, I could if I... Here, let's leave this guy down here. Let's bring this guy up. Okay, there we go. So these guys are coming up with this transport. I'm putting them in the water up there, but they're actually right here, okay? And they're going to attack this. This is actually adjacent here. I don't know if you can see that, but you can get in through there. Okay, and then they're going to do landing shots with this, and they're going to come down with this. 1, 2 into here. So they're going to do the landing shots into here, and then everybody's going that can go. All of these guys, all of these guys. We've got artillery here. All of that's going in. What do they got over here? 1, 2, 5 infantry, 6, 7, 8. Maybe I won't go there yet. You guys are lucky this time. Okay. And then we got over here a sneaky German. So we're going to go here and here and here. They're all going up here to Bengal. Go after that guy because he's laughing at us. We're going to have to go punch him out. Okay, let's start off with the Suicide Squad. As if things weren't bad enough, they have to cross a river into Bavaria. So here we go. 6 infantry at 1. 3. Well, actually, there's all the artillery first, isn't there? So I think that's 5 of them there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 artillery at 4. That's a 1 for sure. 1, 2, 3. And 2 heavy artillery. There's another one. So 4. And I think that's all the first strike ones they got left. They got a trench fighter, but the first strike is only on offense. Yeah, that's it. So 4. So the British only have 2 infantry left at 2, or at 1. Misses. Okay. Alrighty. We'll go with the armored car and the Jaeger. Those are at 3. Missed. And then we've got 6 infantry at 3 or 5. Sorry. Nope. All those infantry. Sorry. They're in a trench. So at 15 of them at 6. There we go. They're dead. Okay. So that's it. Cost the British 6 infantry to satisfy their mandatory offensive, and it's kind of the way it was in World War One. We want you guys to go attack those guys. Are you sure? Yeah. Okay. Hardly seemed fair, but that's the way it was. Okay, here we go. We're gonna go into here. So we've got 2 landing shots. Those are at 3. 1 hit. So they will lose 1 of their colonial infantry. And then there's also artillery. So the British artillery will be red and it'll be at 3, and the Ottoman artillery is at 4. Okay, no hits there. All right. What do we got? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 at 1. No, I guess you could count that other guy. Nope, just 7. That's right. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are the infantry and the Gurkha and the trench fighter, because they're going into desert. Misses. All right. Then we got the camel, the cavalry, and the Gurkha. So we'll go with the Gurkha and the cavalry because they're at 2. Misses. And then the camel's still at 3 because he doesn't suffer a penalty in a desert. And nothing. Wow. Absolutely nothing. Now these guys have a trench line, and they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 infantry and 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 infantry and 2 trench fighters. Or sorry, not trench fighters, colonial troops. So let's do those first. They're at 2. Misses. And then 5 infantry at 6. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so double casualty first for the British on them. So that's 1, 2, 3. Okay, that didn't work out too well, did it? They needed to get some hits there, and they didn't. Let me just show you what it looks like now. In case you can't see over there, I'm not looking at the camera, so. Yeah, they didn't get any hits in here. Oh, they got the 1 hit on the boat. Took 1 guy off of there. And they lost 4. Oh, I can't go again. They've got a trench line. What am I thinking? Okay. So we got this guy over here. Let's see if that guy's any easier. We're going into a jungle this time. Okay. So 3 at 1. And then the German is 1 at 4. 1 hit for the German. So 2 at 1, 1 at 4. Oh, 2 twos. And then again. Misses. Okay. So we'll lose one of those. And these guys have to retreat. There we go. So that's what it looks like. Okay. Now we have a seaplane and a torpedo boat destroyer. So the seaplane is going to be the red one. They're going against a sub. And that's a hit. So the sub at 3. That's a hit. So the British lose a torpedo boat destroyer. Okay, let's go up to the top again. So torpedo boat and sub boat and non-combat moves now. We're going to move all this stuff here on the task force marker. And then we've got one of these as well. So that's why we were able to do that with the British. Like if they didn't have reinforcements coming, I wouldn't have done that, right? But they've still got their trench line. They've got even one more artillery. If they would have went with everybody, it would have been like against the Ottomans there. They would have got crushed and they would have hardly killed anybody. Likely, that's probably what would have happened. Anyway, so we can walk across here with 3 guys. And we've got 2 transports. Let's go across with the artillery and the tank and 2 dudes. So let's get rid of this guy and put 1 down. We're going to rail a guy from northern England down to British Midlands. I guess you couldn't quite see him there. He had started down in Ireland here and he walked his way up to here and then he railed down this turn. Okay, over here we're going to take this off of combat air patrol. We can go 2 spaces with it. You know what, let's go over to Tunisia. There we go. So this comes off. I didn't want to put him back on Greece there because Greece is at risk of being taken here. And that's also why I took that boat out of port. Because if the boat is in port and the British lose the land zone, then you roll for that boat. He's either scuttled or he escapes, or the Austrians would steal the boat, right? So rather than taking a chance like that, I moved him out this turn. You know what? Let's put our guys on up here, just so I don't have to run back and forth again. We're going to put 3 dudes in London again. We're going to put this guy in there again. Okay. So now, you notice they've already built up the number of troops they have here because they had 2 naval infantry. Well, now there's 3 naval infantry there. So the Germans are going to have to watch it, especially if another transport goes down in the water. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention as well with all the stuff here that I bought is that they also moved one of their dreadnoughts along, and it's going to go down this turn. Okay, we got an artillery going into Washington. We've got an infantry going in the British Midlands, so I'll put a chip in there. And then might as well put that dreadnought down. We'll put him on the task force marker. I think you can just see it in the corner there. So there's 4 dreadnoughts there now. Keeping up with the Joneses, the Germans. That looks like about all I can do up here. Okay. So let's just take our build plate with us. We're going to have to replace somebody up here in order to collect that money. I'm going to put the artillery. Oh, you know what? I haven't done my non-combat moves down here yet. Okay. So obviously all these guys got to leave, right? That were in there. Let's put two infantry over here. One of them here. Camel back here. Move the transport here along with this guy. Okay. And this guy. And this guy up. Okay. Let's move this in here. And we'll move these two back here. I'm going to take the cavalry and go up two. And move this guy up. And this guy up. So let's move two of them up. So we bought 5 colonial troops. So one of them is going to go up in Greece there. There we go. See that? And you know what? Let's put 2 of them up in Greece. We'll put this guy up here and we'll place another one right here. So we got 3 more. Here's one. Oh, I did place another one there, so that's 2. So I've just got 1 left. You know what, I could just place him here, right in southern Iraq. There we go. Save from having to move him over there. Okay. Then we've got this guy, and let's take this guy and put him in Calcutta. And then we got the artillery over here. And that is it. Did the British take any territory? I don't think they did they? They were a massive failure, in fact, in the Ottomans. Yeah, I guess that's it. So, wartime economy. Roll. 11. Holy crap. That's a good roll. And they have 44, so that's 55. Plus Belgium is 56. Okay, 56 IPP. On to the Austrians. Alright, it's Austria's turn. So, they have got 1 major factory. They're going to go for defense in depth at 7. And they got it. So that's stage 3. Getting closer. 1 more, and that'll be a big help to them. And then they have 1 free roll. Where are they? They don't have anything yet. You know what? Let's go for the Netherlands. Oh, they got it. I don't know that they'll be able to get it all the way there, but at least it makes it, the other guys have to go 1 more space to get it right. So they got 23 IPPs, which is good. That's the most by far that they've had. And I talked a little bit about this on the German turn, so excuse me. The reason we took this guy out was because we wanted to make it much more difficult for them to take that, because all they've got now is these guys plus one dude here. These guys can't reach. Well, I mean, the horse can, but like they can't go major force. Whereas if the Austrians are able to take this handily, then the Russians have got to move some of their stuff down here, or else they can just get invaded down here, right? So let's do that. I think that's probably our only attack. Let me just see that seaplane. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, that is it. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 into there. We've got a couple of artillery in this and another artillery down here, and might as well bring this guy. This one guy looks like he's a mountain border, whereas these guys are not. Okay, so we better keep them separate. So this guy's a mountain border. This thing isn't. He came from Bulgaria. No, he came from here. And that is not a mountain border either. You know what? We're going to bring one guy in there too. So that's an infantry. Okay. And that is it for our attacks. So let's get to it. No artillery for the French, but the Austrians do have 3 artillery. One of them is observed. None of them are across a mountain border. So 2 at 4, 1 at 5. 1 hit. And that's first strike. So that would be the French militia. Gone. And then what did I say? 8, 9, 10 infantry. One of them has to cross the mountain border. Let's just get that guy out of the way. So he's at 1. Okay, he missed. So the other ones, the 9 infantry, 3 of them are kicked up. So 6 at 2 and 3 at 3. That's nothing. Wow, that sucked. I think they've got a trench line too. Holy crap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it was 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, jeez. Wow. Yeah, let's take these ones. So 3. And that's the end of the attack, because it was a trench line. That was a disaster. All we got off them was the militia. Damn. Terrible, terrible luck there. Okay, this guy, he's going to go back to here. Oh, man. So what do we got here? 2, 4, 5. We can bring these 2 in. Let's bring 1 here, 1 here. Okay. So we've got 6 infantry. That's 2, 3, 4, and the other 2 in Austria. 5, 6. Just take 5 of these off. 2, 3, 4, 5. Make it a little easier on ourselves. And we've got an artillery. Has to go down in a factory. So, I guess, put it in Austria. So we'll just put a chip under that one. We needed more artillery there anyway. And that's where I plan to put it. Okay. So, wartime economy. Ooh, 5. And their income, I think it's 15, isn't it? Take a look over here. I think that's it for today. Again, I'm busy. Kelly's not here right now, but she's coming pretty soon. Got up kind of early today, so anyway, her sister's coming today too, so I think we're gonna go swimming. Just looking around, show you the things that have happened today. There's that sneaky German over there. The attacks weren't very successful today, were they? None of them succeeded in their attacks. Like even Germany that attacked this one, I mean, you gotta say that one was the only semi-success, right? Even though they didn't even take the territory. That's the way it is sometimes though. Anyway, thanks for joining me today, so take care everyone. General Hand Grenade out.